So my name's Julia Kuklis, and I'm an abstract artist. So I didn't go to formal art school, but I do have an education in, I went to Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandise years ago, majored in visual merchandising, and I worked in the interior design industry for a while. But I've always been drawn to creative things. So I've worked with ceramics in the past, and most recently started painting. What really brought me to painting was I was in a stage in my life where I was really struggling. And it was a way for me to process those emotions and feelings and to find my way out of that darkness that I was in. And I really believe that the Lord was the one that brought painting to me to heal me and to then be able to share that experience with others, and with the hope of helping others heal through that process of creating, but also through artwork itself. I'm actually inspired by a lot of different things. I'm inspired by color, I'm inspired by design, I'm inspired by texture, line, I'm inspired by other artists. But my process is really an intuitive process where I absolutely tap into the design of, the divine, and just really listen for prompting through that process of painting. And oftentimes I will learn things about myself that I have maybe been thinking about or praying about, and I'll get downloads. And through that process of creating, the answers come, maybe to prayers that I've been praying or things that I've been struggling with, and those answers come. So oftentimes my paintings are titled because of an experience that I've had through that creative process, and a means of sharing that story with other people who might be able to connect with that same story and hopefully be left feeling uplifted and encouraged by them. So one of the pieces I brought is called Bathe in the River of Life, and it's a mixed media acrylic. There's some oil pastel in there as well, some graphite, those kinds of things. And that piece is really about taking the opportunity to slow down and notice the things in life that bring you joy, and to surround yourself with the people that uplift you and bring you, joy, and really taking time to bathe, soak in those things that lift you up in life, because the world wants to tear you down. So it's really important to be conscious and make the effort to look at the things that are uplifting, things you're grateful for. All of those sorts of things that can lift your spirit versus tearing you down. So that's what that piece is about. And the other piece I brought is called Jubilare, and it's the Latin word meaning make a joyful noise. And again, that piece really centers around gratitude, and when we shift our mindset to the things we're grateful for, it automatically lifts our spirits and automatically makes us feel better. And I oftentimes work with very bright, vivid colors, because for me personally, those colors uplift me. So people don't always know this, but I've always struggled with depression through my life. And so one of the things that I use aside from prayer to uplift me is color. And those actually have a physiological response in my body, and that will lift my spirit. So that's why I use bright colors. I honestly really hope that first and foremost, when people see my work, they are lifted up. They actually have that, oh, this actually physically makes me feel better. But then when they start to really go deeper and sitting with the titles and even just looking at them and asking themselves, what does this say to me? I really hope that they recognize the fact that they have worth, that they have value as a human being, not because of what they do or anything like that, but simply because they are a human being. And that they would find hope in the messages behind those pieces, and that they would also recognize that even when things are dark and difficult, there's always good ahead, and to not give up and to keep forging on, because there's always something good ahead. That's what I'm hoping they see. So I'm most often on Instagram. You can find me on Instagram at Julia_Kuklis, Kuklis. You can find me on Facebook at Julia Kuklis. And then if you go to Instagram, you can find the link to my website portfolio through my Instagram profile there. And that's how you can find me.